Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of All Things Beauty. This is episode 86, and I'm your host, Haley James. We're going to jump right into it today. We have a very special guest. She's very special to me because she's on my personal glam squad, if you will. Today, we're going to welcome Clanay Wheeler of Flirty Eyes. How are you, Clanay?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. You were able to come out today.
Yes, ma'am. Anything to do with beauty.
I know, right? How was your day today?
Good. How about you?
It was busy. Good. It was busy. Yeah.
Yeah, the holidays and, ladies and lashes and
getting
ready. It's busy for me anyway, but with the holidays.
Everybody trying to have their lashes right and be looking good. They're doing photo shoots, I bet.
Right.
Just want to be pretty.
Yeah, in general, just want to be pretty. It doesn't even have to be, weekend plans going on.
Yeah.
Just pretty.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely excited to have you on. When I started guest hosting this a little bit more since Essa's been out. Hey, Essa, I know she's probably watching. I was like, I got to get Clanay on to talk lash extensions and to talk her business because that is such a big thing right now.
Yeah.
And some people are into it. Some people still have questions about it. So
right.
Today's show is going to be all about lash extensions. If you wanted to know anything about it, anything about the business, some myths that have been out there that are not really true, we're going to talk about all of that today. So before we get started, we want to talk about what's on your lips. So I know you got something that I've been wanting to try.
I have Fenty Beauty, and this is called Stunna.
Okay.
And I absolutely, first of all, I love red. My car is red. I'm a red, red against our skin tone.
It's
beautiful.
Awesome. Yes.
So I have many of her products, but this lip, because I'm obsessed with red, and it stays.
Okay.
It actually stays. And the only thing is because it's matte, you want to make sure sometimes you put like a Carmex or something,
right,
but it'll dry your lips out. But other than that, it's great. You can't go wrong with red.
Okay. Yeah. Is it still in stores? Because I know her stuff sells out like ASAP.
Crazy, right? So I went to Sephora yesterday, and the lady opened the drawer and found the last one, and I was yes, I'll take that, because usually they have it to where everything is out.
Yeah.
You can just, but this was the last one, and I was like, I want that one.
Right.
She has that platform.
Yeah. I love her foundation. Like,
me too.
I live for her foundation.
Slowly switched over everything Fenty.
Yeah.
I got the blot powder, the foundation, and the fact that she makes every shade for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, you can't do nothing but support that.
Right. Right.
So on my lips today, I've decided to be bright and bold today. So I'm wearing Kat Von D, and this is
that is a pretty
LUV, and it's a matte lipstick as well. I do find mattes drying too. So I had just a little bit of Carmex underneath.
I mean,
just a
like
little
glossy.
bit. Right. Me neither. I think full lips. I mean, some people who have full lips, they do the gloss. It looks great, but I prefer a matte muted look. Right. So that's all I do to give this a little bit of moisture underneath. But it's one I've had this for years.
That's
and
pretty.
Bring it out every so often.
Very fall.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get into the show. Okay. So you're from Houston, but you spent some time in New York modeling. So talk about that.
So I, in 2008, I moved to New York City, to get, I have an agency here, Neil Hamill, and they are actually the ones who placed me in New York. I was only supposed to be there for a summer thing because, it's exciting. I was 22 and it's like, you do the whole, you haven't lived or you haven't really made it as a model unless you go to Paris, New York, and, all overseas and everything. But unfortunately, I only made it to New York, but it was, I had a good journey in New York. So it was only supposed to be a summer thing. I went into the whole model's apartment, and it ended up turning into, I ended up working. Of course, it didn't happen right off back. And one of the myths about New York is it takes so long to get on. It's like a starving artist. I mean, in anything you do, I think, but anything in entertainment, especially with the modeling and the music business, people go hungry for years before you finally get that one big break. And then it's kind of like, I don't have time to wait it out. But, I mean, as far as the kind of jobs and bookings that I was getting, it did happen pretty fast for me from talking to the other ladies that had been there 10 years plus and they hadn't even done a hair box.
Right.
So I moved to New York and I was supposed to be there for the summer, 3 months, and it ended up being 6 years.
Oh, wow.
So, I ended up doing some really cool things. And then the last 2 years, I met this girl and her natural hair was really, really long, like Kim Kardashian. And I was like, her eyelashes. And I was like, okay, well, her hair is so long, it makes sense. Maybe those are her eyes. Right. And I kept staring at her and she probably thought I'm a freak. But I was like, your eyes? And she was like, they're extensions. You don't know about extensions. This is, mind you, 5 years ago. Right. So Houston is not, nobody's doing it. I didn't even know nothing about it. And it had been going on in New York. So she told me, I was like, I need her number. She was like, she does my lashes, blah, blah, blah. She gave me her number. I made an appointment and it was hooked for 2 years. Was going to get my lashes done. And I also had all my hair cut off really short. So I was needing my eyes to pop. Right. So, the rest is history. Right. And I told her, I'm going to move back to Houston. I want to learn how to do this. This is a big deal. The beauty business, you can't go wrong anyway, but I know that because I loved it and it's something that, it shows in my work that I enjoy doing it because I like beauty. At first I thought that, this might be a thing that only kind of sticks around. Yeah. But here I am 6 years in and it's even more bigger than what I thought, and this is a full-time, people are like, you do that on the side? No. Yeah. This is a full-time, now I train, I teach it. So I'm very, very busy with it. But I took the training in New York. I came back to Houston. I went to Matrix Beauty College. I got my esthetician license, and from there is history. Right.
Okay, that's awesome. So you chose lashes because you saw her lashes. They were beautiful.
And I've never been a mascara person. So I mean, I like to put it on my extensions, but as far as my real lashes, because they're so short and it takes so much to get that look. So, that's waking up an extra 30 minutes just
it is.
Lashes, I like convenience. Right. So anything that I can just wake up and, I like to be ready. Right. So I like the fact that it was very convenient. And I'm like, why wouldn't ladies love this? I tried them out, and I knew that they didn't hurt. And I felt like if I learned from the lady because I like the way they felt on my eyes. So if I learned from her and I do it exactly like her, you shouldn't feel these. They shouldn't hurt. There's, because they're the myths about it, and we'll get into that. But, that they hurt and, they're hard and all that. But if they're done correctly, that's true. None of that they should be as light as a feather. Right. Right. So nothing should be felt, and I just got obsessed with the convenience of it, the way that the naturalness of it, and not having to use mascara
so or strips, having to learn
the
how to glue strips
too. I've never even though I do have them as part of my product, I sell them because some ladies do like them, and they know how to put them on, but. The glue never stays down. Those you can feel because it goes directly on the skin. Extensions are not attached directly to the skin. It's on the eyelash. Right. So that's the difference. And that's why you can feel them, and that's why they don't stay down, because that's not a really good, strong enough adhesive. Right. So, all of those things factor into why I love extensions. Okay. And then I also like doing them. So.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good deal. So you mentioned how New York is obviously way ahead of Houston. So when you came back to Houston and you started your business, How was it here? I mean, were people automatically into it, or was it just kind of still coming down here to the South and people weren't really, into this lash extension craze?
Well, when I first came back, it wasn't such a big deal. My only competition was, I'm sure you know of Amazing Lash. They're franchised all throughout Houston. But I was going to them to get, because I can't do my own lashes. So I was going to them to get my lashes done at the beginning when I first moved back to Houston, and I learned the technique. And they were doing in a little bitty studio, like basically the way that I'm set up now, a little bitty space. And now they've grown within the 5 years. But it was not as popular as it is now, because you won't even understand that I still get a lot of women today that it's their first time.
Wow.
And it's like, wow, you never, and we're almost to 2018, and it's like it's their first time. So, I mean, a lot of the reason for that is because the myths that they hear. And it's always like, I get the women that's, I never want to do it because I was scared. My friend got them done and her eyes were red. And, all that is same. It's like with anything you do, you want to make sure you're going to somebody that, So when I first came back, no one was really doing it. And that's why I became busy. Not really, I'm not going to say instantly, because it does take time to build up clientele. And even now, now I'm very comfortable with a consistent amount of clientele, but that's what I tell my students that I'm training. You're not going to just jump out the gates, boom, 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 clients are just flying in. It does take time, and that comes with your work and marketing and all that kind of stuff. But it was me and Amazing Lash. I didn't know. Yeah. Now there's all these small little lash studios. I see driving down Houston, there's a lot of like Lash Boutique, Lash, Bella Lash, all different types of lashes. But now it's a very, very big deal. But when I first moved back, no, it was not.
Right.
It was not as popular, and it's getting even more popular now.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's one thing about the South, and especially Houston. We're always behind the curve.
But Houston is the fourth largest city.
I know. There's no excuse.
It's no excuse, but I have found out that because Houston is very conservative.
Yeah.
New York is very fashionable.
Yeah.
LA is fashionable. Right. So people don't really spend that money on those trend things.
Right.
It's more of a conservative type of money. We have oil and gas.
Right. We chill. If it's working for us, we don't try to break it. We don't try to get anything new. We're very
stagnant.
Chill. Yeah. No, I love my city, but that's one thing that I wish would change about it.
Me too. Because living in New York 6 years, I'm all about fashion, different, everything.
Right. Okay. Well, this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of these statistics, y'all. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. That's definitely a good cause. Okay, so let's move into our next segment where we're talking lash extensions. And you kind of got started about the process and what they are. But I think a lot of people out there, including me, because I think I just came to you for the first time maybe 9 months ago or so.
Yeah, you're a newbie.
Yeah, I'm still a newbie, but I'm hooked. So, so explain what are lash extensions? What is exactly happening with the extension on the lash? Just explain the process behind it.
Okay, so a lot of one of the biggest misconceptions about it is, I get a lot of ladies that say, I want individuals. It is lash extensions and individuals are two totally different things. Individuals are the ones that they do, they're clusters, and they're the ones that they do in the nail salon, a quick 30 minutes, $30. And it's those clusters that are actually stuck on the skin, and you can see the glue build up. You can see it's not as natural as extensions.
So it's on the skin.
It's on the skin. But the extension, not the extensions, they're not on the skin, but those cluster ones that they're getting done in the nail salon for $30, those are on the skin. And you can see them and you can feel them.
Okay.
And that's why a lot of people were confused. And even now I still have to break it down. What's the difference? Because they come in and they say, well, I want the individuals, and how come extensions cost that much? And, it's kind of like, okay, well, you you get what you pay for, and that's in anything, I think. But when someone is providing a service, you definitely want to make sure, because you definitely are getting what you pay for.
Right.
In that aspect. So extensions are single hairs that are binded to the natural lash, single, one by one. So that's why the process takes, for a full set, it can take me anywhere from, to do volume lashes could take me up to 2 hours. For classic lashes could take me up to an hour, hour and a half, depending on how many lashes the client has. But I'm attaching each extension to, it's like kind of like that hair fusion. I don't know if you know, they're taking little strands, because it's that natural, and bonding it to little pieces of hair. And I heard that lasts up to like a year or something, because it's piece by piece. Well, this is kind of similar, because what makes it look so natural and weightless is because we're not touching the skin. I go 2 millimeters away from the lash line, so the extension is never touching the skin, and it's being bonded one by one to your natural lash. So some people are like, well, I want them very full, like Kim K, or they got all these pictures that they want, and I can only get them as full as to what you have. So if you don't have a lot of natural lashes, I'll put you on like my serum. I have a natural growth, a natural serum to grow your real lashes, and I recommend to use that and get your lashes back healthy and strong, and then we can get them fuller. Or if not, volume lashes cost a little bit more, but they're going to give you that more fullness. Right. So it takes a little time, because the naturalness of the lash, but it is single lashes being bonded to the natural lash. That's what extensions are.
Okay. And I'm glad you explained the difference between the individual lashes, because I think since I've been getting them, that's one of the questions that I get. Like, Haley, okay, I see you got extensions. Aren't those the ones that can't you just get those in the nail salon? Why you got to go to somebody?
Right. It's a big difference. Yeah. It's a big difference.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that they were on the skin, those clustered ones.
Yes. And that's why you can, sometimes when women look down and you can see all of that, and you're not supposed to see anything, and you're not supposed to feel anything. And that's one of the misconceptions. Well, it's not really a misconception. It is. That's what it is. That's one of the complaints. And then women that get those, and then they say, okay, I'll try the extensions. That's one of the fears that they have, because they're like, oh, well, I had that. And I'm like, okay, well, listen, let me explain to you. They're not the same. So that's one of the.
Okay.
That is, there are two totally different things.
Right. Okay. So when you find your clients coming who've gotten individual, who are wanted individual, do you find that they like the extensions more, or?
Very much so. Very much so. When I get ladies that either had them done from someone, had a bad job, or they had, the individuals, they say, their reaction is priceless. It's just like, wow, I don't even feel them. Right. Or even during the process, I'm like, if there's any discomfort, I have a fan, and if you're burning at any time, I'll give you the fan, such and such. And they're like, you're doing something? They don't even feel anything. And I'm like, yeah, I've already got like 20 on. Right. So already off back, because the comfort of them being applied, it's already letting you know that, nothing is this is totally different. Yeah. But they love it. I mean, they don't want to go, they don't even want to, even if they were wearing strips, they're like, I'm done with the strips. Right. I can't even sell them these now. Right. It's like, no, I'm getting it. I'll just wait until you got an appointment for me, because I'm always like, okay, if you can't get in, you can put the strip on it to hold you over. It's not the same. Yeah. They definitely, it's such a big difference. And, and if you do a good job, they're willing to pay. I mean, it's just like, because there are some extensions out there, just because you know how to do them. I follow other lash techs. I'm not going to put anyone out there. But, I critique in little ways. It's like, okay, well, that. And we all get our training from different places. So, I don't know who they were trained by. But I think the way that I'm booked up in my work speaks for itself.
Absolutely. Well, we've gotten to a point where we want to address our Facebook Live followers. And it looks like we've got some people watching. Brandon Thomas and sorry y'all, I can't read very well from here, so if I mess up your name, my bad. But Jada Harper, thanks for watching. Jada actually asked Lash, how long do they last? And we're going to get into that actually, Jada, very soon. So we're going to answer that question very, very shortly. But this is where Facebook is going to end. But before we go, we want to tell you to subscribe to our show on all major platforms. And the show's on a lot of platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher, and several more. So check that out. Check the show out there. Review the show in iTunes with constructive feedback. What do you like? What don't you like? What type of topics are you interested in hearing about? Let us know so we can, find these guests and find people in the beauty industry who can talk to you about the things that you're interested in. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with all your family and friends. If you've got a mom, a grandmother, sisters, cousins, anybody who loves beauty, who loves different topics concerning beauty, this show will be great for them. So share this live post, this one right here, and the Sphere Network. Let them know about the Facebook. Let them know about the Instagram. Let them know when the show is coming up. And donate to the mission of being enriched with inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. So we are going to let you go, Facebook followers. This show will be up in full tomorrow, so you're going to see it shared. Check out the rest of it because we've got so much more to talk about with Clanay here. Bye-bye. All right. So I guess let's get into that since that was the question. And my next few questions are, typical cost point, the maintenance, and how long they last. So let's get into cost point first, because you talked about the difference in cost between just going to, the nail shop or whatever and getting individuals. Talk a little bit about the difference and, like you said, why there is a difference in cost.
Okay, so because the extensions, again, are they take some time to apply, and the naturalness of them, different studios, different salons, some people charge on, they charge depending on how many weeks a client goes, 1 week out, 2 week out, 3 weeks out. I don't do that. My personal preference of the way that my fees are distributed is for a full set, classic lashes would run you anywhere from $125, and then volume lashes, which take a little bit more. It's a little bit more work. It's more lashes. Those run you about $150. The volume refill is $85, and the classic refill would be about $55. And I'm sorry, I went blank there. So these things, my prices are just on the experience,
right?
I don't really go per week or anything like that. But I will say that my refills are, 50% of the lashes or no negotiating. It's either you have on half of the lashes or you don't, and then it's considered a full set. I don't charge weekly out like that. So I know some studios do, but you have different, and then I have other options as far as the falsies. If you want, you feel like because this is a luxury, I get it. It's something that is a want, not a need. And a lot of ladies are like, okay, well, I've had a lot of women take breaks or for whatever reason lost their job or got laid off, and they're like, okay, I can't really, afford that. But that's why I've had a few maybe, but not really, because my prices are still at an affordable level.
Right.
I know that there's some people out there that still charge $200 and $300 for a full set, because I have a couple of clients they come from other studios, and they tell me that, I took a break from them because, I was paying like a car note for them, and I'm like, that shouldn't be.
Right.
So I think I've always been reasonable with my prices. That's why I haven't lost a lot of clients, even if they have they find a way, to fit their lashes in. So I've never had that issue. But as far as I have other options for ladies, like if they, or even if they're taking a break, because I recommend to take lash breaks. If I notice that the lashes are getting thin, and you notice that they're not as full as they used to be, I'll say, okay, I'll get you on a serum. You can do magnetic strips. You can do falsies until your lashes get back to a healthy state.
Right.
It's definitely a difference between the individuals and then the extensions that I do. The individuals, they go to the nail salon and they get those done for about $30, $40, but you know what? It looks like it.
Yeah.
So that, again, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, absolutely.
It takes them no time to put those on, probably 20, 30 minutes. They pop them right on.
Right.
Because they're on the skin, so it's not like there's any time being measured out to focus on that. But I like to say that I think I'm very affordable and reasonable.
Yeah.
Because I still have a fair amount
a good
of
client base. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I know when I was looking and getting ready to do them, you mentioned Amazing Lash Studio earlier, and I know I have friends that go there and their lashes look great. They get you in with that intro $80 full set or whatever.
And then they lock you in.
Yeah.
And once you get in there, it's the memberships.
Yep.
Coming out of nowhere, they want you to sign a membership, and then all this hidden stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you needed more than what. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I used to go to them.
Yeah.
So I know, but they always would try to get me to sign up for that membership. And I'm just like,
Right.
the lashes are not staying.
Right. Yeah,
So-
absolutely. And it's good that you touched on like a full set versus a refill, because I found a picture on your Instagram that I wanted to show, and to show the ladies, you know, what does a full set look like, you know, what does a refill look like? And so Elijah, hopefully he can pull up that picture for us here, but it's important to know because you don't really know, you know, you go 3 or 4 weeks, you know, and we'll talk maintenance here in a little bit, but you go 3 or 4 weeks and you're like, oh, I think I'm still good. And then you get to, you know, whoever you might be going to, and they're like, oh no, that's a full set.
Right.
And then people are confused and they're like, why? But I thought you did a really good post that showed, you know, this is what a full set looks like.
Right, because people don't know. And also booking wise, and when you go to schedule, I need to really know, because if I'm running on a tight schedule, of course it's going to take longer to do a full set versus a refill. So I also need you to know, be aware of what you're working with, so that it helps me, you know, time wise, because if you book refill and then you walk in and it's a full set, I may not have the time for that.
Right. So hopefully you guys just saw that I thought that was a really good, you know, very to the point picture of, hey, this is going to be a full set, it's not going to be refill today. Right. You know.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. There we go. Right there. There it is. Right there. Yeah. I thought that showed it perfectly.
Very much so. That's it.
Yep. Okay. Well, this portion of the show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. We're talking lashes now. We're going to talk teeth. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest oral care and overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel like they are part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, it can be daunting, it can be uncomfortable, but Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness at 713-789-8680. Okay, so maintenance. We started talking about fills already. I think one of the things that was, I guess, shocking for me as a newbie is how I got to wash my face differently. Because obviously, you know, you don't have lashes on. You just splash the water on. You're taking a towel, you rubbing. And I had to completely change the way I washed my face. Right. So just talk a little bit about the maintenance that goes into lashes and, you know, trying to get, what helps keep them last, make them last longer.
Okay. So you do want to clean your lashes daily, even if you're not, a lot of ladies say, I don't wear makeup like that. It doesn't matter. You sleep and you get buildup in your eyes. So I like to use micellar water, which I recommend to most of my clients. I usually have it for sale, but micellar water is available at CVS, and it's just a water-based cleanser. You want to steer away from oils. Oils do remove the lashes. So on a daily basis, if you take not really a Q-tip, but I have these things called micro brushes, because the Q-tips pull and it's a lot of cotton. So the micro brushes, if you wet the tip and you just get in, it's very small, so you can get in between the lashes and really clean. That's a daily, if you're wearing makeup or not, it doesn't even matter. I mean, with waking up and sleeping every night, you want to clean. Now to keep longer retention, which is the glue bondage to keep your glue bonded longer. No pulling, no itching, no scratching, no kind of. I know a lot of people tend to play with them because, especially newbies, because they're not used to them being up there. Even myself, I did that too. I would find myself on the couch and then you just like twirled 5 of them out. Yeah. So no tugging on them, no pulling on them. If they itch, I give you a brush. You can kind of use that brush to kind of, get in there and kind of scratch, but you don't want to use a finger, because if you pull and then you snag and then you pull your real lash. Right. So as long as you do, if you are wearing makeup is fine. It's just a 48-hour rule to that. So when you first get the lashes done, there's a little piece of paper that I give to new clients that tells them the first 48 hours, no steam, no water, no sauna, no working out. You can shower, but you just don't let the water run over the face, and you can wash your face, but I always use makeup wipes. You wouldn't want to splash. Right. Use the makeup wipes and you go around the eye area. And that's only because even when you leave me, the glue is still drying. So I know, even though if you say, I'm not burning anymore, it's not about burning, it's just the glue is still drying. So it takes 2 days for it to be completely at a completely still level.
Okay.
So after the first 2 days, I mean, you can go swimming in them. You can, do everything. Put your makeup on, your liquid eyeliner, whatever you want to do. But you do want to wait the first 48 hours before you do any of that stuff. Otherwise, you will find that the lashes are coming off sooner than they should. If you're using oils, if you're using a moisturizer, eye creams, any of that that's too heavy, when you sleep, the lashes touch, and then oils loosen the glue. So if you ever wanted to remove the lashes, oil is how you would do them. That's why we want to stay away from those kind of things.
Okay. That makes sense.
The maintenance on the lashes, now classic lashes will last you anywhere from, most clients go from 2 to 3 weeks. If you have volume, you might can go 3.5, just because it's more. But I wouldn't recommend to go anything more than a month.
Okay.
I mean, some people, if you take really good care of them, they can. I do have a few clients that drive in from Atascocita, Humboldt. They can only make it over here once a month. But when they come, they still always have, 50% of the lashes on.
Right.
And that's my rule. As long as you have 50% of the lashes on, you could have went 2 months, if you're really taking care of them like that. So I don't recommend to go that long, but if if that's working for you, that's fine. But other than that, 2 to 3 weeks max is going to be your maintenance on it. I mean, nothing more, nothing sooner.
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah. And I just wanted to share a personal story about the oils. I'm a big eye cream person, just because even though I'm in my 30s, I feel like eye cream is good. But I had an incident recently where I had switched eye creams. I was using one that didn't do this, and I switched eye creams, and my lashes were just falling off. And I'm running to Clanay, Clanay, I have no lashes on. What's going on? And it turns out, I didn't realize how heavy that cream was, and like you said, you're sleeping, it's touching, and I would put it on at night and in the morning. Same thing with gel eyeliners. I realize there's probably oil in like an Inglot eyeliner. I know there's an NYX that's really good. So I definitely recommend doing a liquid, like you mentioned, a liquid eyeliner, because it's liquid, it's going to dry, and using the micellar water as a makeup remover to get it off. Because even some of the pencils, have
they're a little
oils
harsh, and then it's a little bit, it's not as it doesn't glide as smooth, so it's a little bit of the tugging and the pulling. So I always say, if you're gonna use the eyeliners at the top, which when you first get your lashes done, I mean, you don't need nothing up there, but I get it, when it's time for a refill, you want to kind of, so if you, liquid would be best.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think we have some pictures we've been flashing, but there's different styles of, lashes.
There are so many different styles. There's so many different eye shapes. Everyone's eye. This is one of the biggest issues that, not really issue kind of, because you get people that they come in with different people's eye shapes and pictures, and they're like, I want that, and I can mimic it to a certain point, but you have to understand that, especially with, women that have colored eyes, there's the contrast. The lighter skin and the eye is going to make it seem like it's popping more, versus somebody else who, may not have that. So it's many different things that have a lot to do with why yours are not going to look exactly like someone else's. From the amount of lashes, she may have more lashes. She has a different eye shape. I mean, that's why I always do a consultation first, and I kind of look at your eye shape, and I can see what works for you, versus, and most people they say, I trust you, go with what you think is, when you give me control, then I can do something. But then some people come in and they I want this look, I want that look, and then I have to kind of tell them, okay, well, we can get similar, but this might not work. And also, if you don't have enough lashes, it may not work too. But we have cat eye, we have a doll eye, you have a fluttery eye, you have the volume cat eye. There's so many different styles, but pretty much the main two, which the most popular, I call it showgirl, and then the cat eye. Okay, those are pretty much the main two styles that a lot of that's volume. And it's a volume cat eye at the top. And that was another thing I wanted to go into, the difference between the classic and the volume. And this was one that I actually have saved on my phone, because I think that's just gorgeous. But this is what would be the volume lashes, right? It's different lengths. You see how you see the longer ones and the shorter ones, because that makes it look more natural. No one's lashes are all one length. And a lot of people don't want their lashes to look like a strip lash. And when it's just one line straight across, it just looks like a thick strip. So I do blend and use different lengths and different sizes to get that fullness, and then to get the length. So volume is going to be a lot of your different mixing of the lengths and sizes. Different thicknesses. Okay.
Well, while we have a few more minutes in this segment, let's talk some myths. Okay, so I'll share some that I've heard and had, and then you can share some that you've had. You touched on this one earlier, but the first one is that the application hurts and that the tweezers or that the tools are not sanitary near the eye. So talk a little bit about that one.
Okay, so nothing should be hurting at all. Tweezers, none of that. You don't feel any of that. I mean, sometimes during the process and during the application, you could feel me kind of, most people are like, are you cutting?
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's just separation from the extension and the real lash. And you can kind of hear the tweezers flicker back and forth. But there's never any cutting. There should not even be, like I said, most of my clients, they're getting off work. They fall asleep.
Right.
It's a very relaxing thing. You shouldn't feel any pain, the most you would feel is maybe a tingle, a burn a little bit. But even then, you can ask for the fan and I'll give you that. But as far as hurting, that should not be. The only way that anything would be hurting you is if the lash is touching the skin, like I mentioned before, or if they're like sticking it, they're too clustered together,
right,
that they're poking. Because if you have too many lashes on one single hair, it's going to tug at that hair, and then you can feel that pulling.
Right. Okay.
So and that all goes again with not being applied correctly.
Right.
Because even if the lashes, if you're applying a volume application, which you're using more than one lash, if you're applying it correctly, you still shouldn't feel anything.
Okay.
So if anything, improper lashes, as far as maybe the natural lash cannot support the length that you're putting on there. If you're putting on a too heavy lash, that can also be an issue, and it can cause you to lose it fast.
Okay.
So too much glue, too close to the skin, all of those factor into why it could be hurting.
Okay.
And that's incorrect application.
But and it shouldn't be.
And it should not
That's
be.
very good to know, because I've had friends that will go somewhere and they're like, it hurts when I got it done, or it burned so bad when I got it done.
Yeah,
And
that shouldn't
be happening.
No.
Okay.
And the burning, burning is a common thing. I will say, if it's someone's first time and they don't know, because I always ask you have to ask if you have any, most clients don't know if they have an allergy. And I have two different types of glues. I have a sensitive glue and I have a more powerful, all the ingredients glue.
Right.
And you want to have two different options for people too. So the only thing I could think of is burning really bad. If it's your first time, you are a newbie and you don't know of any kind of allergies or anything you have, your first time can be very like,
Right.
But then when you adjust, once you keep wearing them.
Right. And I mean, just to give my own experience, I am a contact lens wearer. And like I said, my first time was, I think, back in May-ish or so. I can't remember. It was this year. And I don't ever burn. I really don't. I mean, Clanay's always like, you burning? I'm like, nope. So, and I have my contacts in usually when I'm getting, whether it's a full set or a refill. So I would have to agree, if it's burning, something's probably, maybe, I guess there's some people out there who might have super sensitive eyes.
Right.
But in general, if it's burning, then
and during the whole
right.
time, it definitely should be burning. No.
Yeah. Okay. So this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms such as iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Okay, so the next one is, they kind of go hand in hand, that the lash extensions will make your lashes fall out and make them thin. I know that was my concern. I know at first.
That is one of the biggest misconceptions about extensions. And even me as a wearer too, I thought the same. Well, I didn't think the same thing. I mean, I was one of those ones sitting there. I'm weird. I like the way it felt, like picking at them. So if you do that, of course, you're going to lose your real lashes. And that's why I always tell my clients, do whatever you do not pick at them. If they itch, use the brush, and you can use that brush to kind of get in there and scratch. But if you pull at them, tug at them, any of those things are going to pull your real lashes. And a lot of people are not honest about picking at them, because I can tell when you pick, because you tend to have gaps and holes in your lashes that you didn't have before. So when you all of a sudden have these mists and patches throughout your lashes, you've been pulling there.
Right.
And then again, you have to get on a serum hair growth vitamins, whatever you want to use. But then in that case, you have to take a break. But if you pick at them, you will pull your real lashes. If you let them fall off naturally, they will not take out your lashes, because what happens is you have a shedding cycle. Just like our hair sheds, our hair on our lashes shed. So your lashes shed every 30 to 60 days, and you get new lashes in. But everyone's growth cycle is different. Some people's hair grow faster than others. So I don't know what your cycle is, but when it does happen, all of your extensions will come out at once, because your new hair is growing in and is pushing the extension off.
Right.
So whenever your shedding cycle is, you will be losing all of your lashes at once, and it's like, oh, what's going on? But it doesn't happen often, but you're going through your shedding cycle. And everyone has one. It's just everyone's is different depending on how fast or slow their hair grows. But as long as you're not picking at them with your hands and pulling on them, they do not. I mean, I've been wearing them for years. A lot of my clients have been coming to me for years. Some of them have never taken a break, and I've looked at their lashes, and they don't pick. They let them fall off naturally. And they've been wearing them for years, and they haven't even taken a break.
Right.
So it's all about how you take care of them. And a lot of people, once you get home, I can't watch and see what you're doing, but I can only tell when you come for your follow-up appointment, okay, hey, you got gaps. You've been picking?
Right.
So.
Okay. And then the next one I have, we've been talking about breaks, but a myth is that you have to take breaks. Is that true? And you just said you have clients that don't always do it, so. You
don't have to take a break, but if you're taking care of the lashes and you're doing everything, as the book says, you're not picking and you let them fall naturally. If you do everything that you're supposed to do, you may not need a break. Because like I did say, I do have clients that have not taken breaks. But if you're picking, or if your natural lashes were just not strong to begin with, you might have to stop and use serums and you take vitamins and do things like that. I don't recommend a break, but I will let you know, because I'm one of the people that, it's my work. So I don't want it to look gappy. I don't want it to look spacey. So I will let you know, hey, you need to get on a serum, and I have that available for you. But, it's not imperative that you take a break, but if needed, you do need to take a break.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. Good deal. Are there any other myths that you've heard, or just anything that you want to clear up about lash extensions so that people out there know this is not a bad thing, this is a really good thing to do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just research your stylist. That's the main thing. It's just like, getting your hair done, getting anything done. You always want to make sure you're going to someone that is qualified and is, preferred. And, you always have to look at a person's work. You have to, just really check them out. I mean, that's one of the things that's really going to keep you from having a bad inexperience of getting your lashes done. And all these myths, that's going to shut down all those rumors about, the lashes not lasting, or they're falling off, or they're hurting. All this depends on your stylist.
Right.
So you want to make sure you're going to someone that is qualified, and you will be in love just like all of us.
Yeah, you will be in love. I tried to take a lash break a few months ago. I can't remember what it was. And it was fine. And like Clanay said, I had all my lashes. They were a little shorter than usual, but that's normal.
You're also used to looking at, waking up looking at this every day. So it's natural to think, I don't have any lashes.
Yeah, no, I was back in about a month. So that wasn't successful.
Break over.
I know. So let's get into your products here in our last segment tonight. So Flirty Eyes is a brand, y'all. So she does do lashes. She's doing the service, but Flirty Eyes is also a brand, and she has products. So talk a little bit about what you have right now, and what they do.
Okay. So I do have here, this is my, these are the actual lashes. These are the extensions. These are the lash trays these are the extensions, the 1x1. So that's how my lashes come that I use on my clients. They come on a little tray like that. And I just, pick and pull. I don't know what I did there. So these are going to be the trays for the extension. These are the extensions.
Okay. And that's good for like lash stylists out there.
This is for, this is for stylists and even my trainees that train and take my course. They get the actual trays so that they can start working on, practicing on clientele and, their mannequins and stuff. These are the actual extensions for clients. And then we have, now these are the strip lashes. These are going to be the ones that may hurt or you may feel if they're not applied correctly. So when you're wearing these, this is just something you want to make sure you really know how to apply these, because if not, they're going to be a thing that you do feel. These are going to be the strip
pretty.
lashes. And this is a cat eye shape. You know, it's kind of longer towards the end. This is a quick fix. This is not something that you probably want to deal with every day. But if you do need a refill and I'm booked or you can't get in or whatever, you can throw this over your extensions if you don't have that many on anyway. I normally don't recommend you put this over the extensions when they're really full. But if they're gappy and you need a refill anyway, it's fine. But these are going to be the ones that are already you just pick and glue on your eyes.
Okay. Now, are those mink?
These are mink also.
Nice.
These are mink also. They're super, super soft and for comfortability.
Okay.
So
awesome. What glue do you recommend
So
in general for
I don't
strips?
have for the strip. You're going to use like a duo,
Okay.
like the duo lash that you can get in like CVS, Walgreens, or whatever. You can get that quick glue. That's kind of a lot of ladies like to use the hair weave glue, but that glue smells to me, so I don't really like it. And then it rolls up. It you know, it's not really good for your hair, so I don't think it's good. I would say use the stuff that's in CVS, the Duo, or one of the little quick fix lash glues. Now, this is a new type of lash that I'm going to start marketing. This is a magnetic lash, and this is a cool thing because it's new out there, and they're pieces. So there's little magnets here that hold on to your the magnet. No glue, no nothing. The magnet here, it holds on to your, you piece into your,
cool.
So if you have extensions on and you need a fill, you can, wherever you have gaps in your lashes, you can piece them in. You can feel it too. It's super, super soft. And feel that little magnet. It's very small. So it wouldn't be anything heavy.
Yeah, you won't feel that at all.
But you would just piece these in where you got gaps and where you need it. And these are called magnetic lashes.
Ooh.
So this is a new thing that we're gonna get into.
Yeah, I've been seeing that on social media, and I remember you saying you're gonna start marketing that. I think that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a big hit.
This is gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna get. I just got them in, so I'm gonna get them out there.
Okay.
I also have tweezers, custom tweezers for lash artists, and this also goes into my kits. Also, this is your tweezers for applying the extensions.
Okay.
We also have adhesive. This is the bondage for the extensions.
Okay.
So this is going to be the glue that you're going to use for the extensions. You can't use this for anything else. It's too powerful.
Okay.
Then we have, I have mascara. So this is the mascara for, you can use it on your regular lashes too, but this is a lot of ladies like to put it on when they need a refill and on their extensions. So this is good for that. And it's not waterproof, so it comes right off with your micellar water.
Nice.
And then we have, this is the lash serum. And this is really good for, you know, when you want to take a break, you want to grow your real lashes. It's brow too. So it's brow and lash serum.
Oh, nice.
And you could take a nice break, and you just need to be consistent though. You have to use it. So I would use it once in the morning and once at night. Just go across my lash line once in the morning and once at night. And it takes about 8 weeks to see a difference. You know, with this stuff, it kind of takes a while. But if you're consistent and you're using it, it does work.
Okay, that's awesome. So, like I said, she has a whole brand of products, not only for people who wear extensions, but if you're out there, you're a lash, stylist or an aspiring lash stylist, she has a whole, group of products for you to choose from. And speaking of those who might be aspiring to be lash stylists, you do training, right?
Yes, ma'am,
Talk to us
I
about
do.
that.
So I just started the training classes probably this summer. When did I start? June. In June, I started the training because, I'm 5 years in, and I always get questions, DMs about, are you going to teach it? And it's not because I was trying to hold out or I don't want to know or nothing like that. It's just that I wanted to be at a skill level to where I'm perfected, because I'm a perfectionist. So I wanted to make sure that I really put in the work and I'm perfected it to teach it to someone else, because that's just a must. So now I'm very comfortable. I think I can do lashes in my sleep. So I now it takes a little work to go. It takes a lot to get prepare for the trainings and the certificates and certification and stuff like that. So I finally set up some time aside, and I got the training manuals and everything that I need to get done to train. And so now I just release dates as to when I don't have a certain time as to when I do it. I think my next one is probably the 16th and 17th for the end of the year, and then that'll be it until January. But yeah, I do training now in not really large groups or anything. It's very hands-on. It's one-on-one. The most I'll have is 2 girls.
Okay.
So I don't want it to be Not yet. Big groups of ladies
Right.
because I like it to be very hands-on. I learned that way. It was just me in the training, and in that way you get that very hands-on.
Right. Kind of
Learning
intimate
technique,
setting.
yeah.
They can ask questions and not feel uncomfortable and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So all that's on the website. I definitely do offer training classes as far as if you just want to book an appointment. All of that.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we have come to the end of the show. I want to thank you for coming out and being a guest.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I think this
I
was
love
so good, and I'm excited to hear people who have watched this just hear what they've learned about lash extensions, because it's a big thing now, and everybody knows it does, but everyone's scared.
I
And,
know.
you know, as I come across people, I'm like, you don't have to be. It's all good. You're not gonna
Right.
lose your lashes. You know, it's a really good experience.
Or they think the process hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Believe me, I don't like nothing that hurts. So
Uh-huh.
I vouch for this, and I vouch for Clanay because I've been going to her for months, and she's awesome and amazing.
Thank
so,
you. Thank you.
So if people wanted to reach out to you either to come get their lashes done or even to get training, how can they contact you?
Well, I have all my information is on my website. I have an Instagram at Flirty Eyes. That's FLURTYEYEZ. And then I also have my website, www.flirtyeyes.com. And I have Facebook, /flirtyeyes.com. And my number and everything is on there as well, 713-805-7731. And I do online booking. So if you go to the Instagram, you just click the link in the bio. You can schedule an appointment. And if you just wanted training information, that's on the website as well.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for coming out today.
Thank you
Really
for having
appreciated
me.
you. Thank you all for watching. This full show will be available tomorrow on the Sphere's website, and I'll be sharing it, so you'll be able to see the whole thing if you're on Facebook and didn't get to. So until next time, see you guys. You all be blessed and stay flirty.
Yes, ma'am.